We didn't get paid for a lot of these gigs, but again, it's not all about the money because sometimes money comes with a cost. I always say that. You could either
We were free spirited
free-spirited
in
that
New
sense.
York, and I guess what you would call now social media influencer and
Right.
this and that. Now there's a title for these type of
Right,
things,
right.
where you can go and have a sponsorship or a direct relationship with the venue, and these are all transferable skills that have parlayed into real estate. And I think what has helped me cold call or deal with something that is non-musical is a lot of the stuff that I had to do to get to that point was non-musical. I had to talk to people.
That's
and
right.
Have a I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna share with y'all.
What?
Y'all still with me?
Oh gosh.
Okay.
What you guys?
All right. So it's embarrassing, but I'm gonna share it because this is family. I'm transparency, right? Authenticity.
Uh-oh.
So I used to create a third party identity, and I would pitch myself. That's how I would do it. So when I would go,
Or like on email or just go.
yeah, the people never
And then you
knew.
dress up.
And I went in as the artist for myself.
Okay, it makes sense why you change your clothes. I was like, why is he bringing mad? I don't know all this. I know. I thought he was just being a prima donna. Like, oh, I just want to look good. He bring like a suitcase of clothes, go somewhere, and then turn around and then have some other clothes. I actually thought he was doing that because he just want to look good, and we had photographers. So you tell me that the whole time you had those clothes just to make the deal, and then
Yeah, like this
Oh
is
my
two
gosh.
outfits. If I take this off, this is another.
You wear
outfit.
glasses
And I
and
put
you-
a hat on. Yeah. But
this is new to me because I was like, why is he doing that? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So let's go back to the 80s, right? There was a cartoon when cartoons were not, adult and insinuating. Cartoons were very, shout out to PBS and Sesame Street and
Yeah, that's where we grew up.
Alvin and the Chipmunks and all the 1980s. I'm dating myself. It's okay. Those cartoons were good.
Yeah.
Gem and the Holograms.
You just said your age right there.
I did. So before Miley Cyrus,
Google Gem,
before
Gem.
Miley Cyrus, she was Gem. It was Jerrica Benton.
That's true.
Who was
That-
the daughter of
Yeah.
the guy who owned the record label, and then there was Gem, the superstar, right? So I was Synergy. That was my manager name. So I would
That's
send
so.
packages to
that makes so
Empire
much-
Home and this company. I said, well, Jamir, and I would put my pictures together, and so when I would walk in as the artist because the manager Synergy couldn't make it.
That makes so. Yo, this is new to me. This is new to me, guys. Because before we go into the real estate thing, now let me tell you something. This is so funny because I always thought you was like, you always had good clothes and you was showed off, but I did not know that's what you did. That makes so much sense. We had a gig. I don't know how. We had a gig. What's that? We had two places. We did Trump Towers. Trump Towers. That was near United Nations. And then Trump Towers is right around the corner. It was like Lexington area.
Yeah.
To even remotely do a gig there, you have to put a lot of money.
My mother did well, my father did well, but I try to be a good person and I try to be an authentic, real person. And this is a good moment for me to talk about that because those were the chances that we took in New York being creative. Those were the risks that we took. Those were the things that we did to grind, as they saw. And we not thinking that something that you do can inspire somebody else in something that they do, which is, I think, some of the reasons why
That's
I can
why we're here.
appreciate what we're talking about. But a cool clothing brand really spoke to a generation, AKOO, which stands for Akudate, which goes back to the definition of what that means, and a king of oneself. So I liked what they stood for because they had certain brand. They would call them Akuisms, like show no teeth, or certain things that certain cool little brand, sayings
Some great
that
threats,
went
too.
with the show, with the clothes that I thought were cool. And we had a very cool, successful relationship, 3-4 years. But when you have these relationships, you have to keep plateauing to go up and up and up. So interestingly of what I've learned is I really should have doubled down on the things that I did to get me there and to continue. But it's interesting because these are all tied into ultimately how you build relationships, right? And every door isn't your door.
Yeah.
But, don't bang on the door. Sometimes knock on the door. Cool, and it opens up for you. It may be for you. If not, close it and make sure you close all doors when you leave.
No. Get into the real estate game because this makes a lot of sense. Before you did real estate, you did insurance, right? Like how did that, like I remember when he was like, "Yo, man, let me borrow like $30 to this." People,
Yeah, in 2009, my cousin, she was working for an insurer, and at that time, I honestly got into it because I wanted to learn and educate myself. At this point in my life, I was ready to self-define myself outside of what I've been known for, outside of being creative, and I wanted to I was like, is there something in here? It's a little dry. I haven't used it. Let me turn it on. My brain, right? And that was the most challenging thing because I did not enjoy studying for that. It's not what I like. Do you see my face changing right now? Because that's how I felt. I didn't like it. And again, anyone who is creative naturally, you're going to have a resistance towards the left brain part of self. So I felt like that was the time that I wanted to pivot and become a left brain person. I wanted to learn about money. I wanted to learn about, and it seemed very luxurious too, until you get to chargebacks.
Oh.
I don't do chargebacks. And that's why I don't do insurance anymore. So it actually got me to work at Guardian Life Insurance. So how did I get to insurance? My cousin, she said, "Hey, you want to make extra money? Isn't that how everybody comes to you with an opportunity, right?
It's a trap.
When you're in between jobs, oh no. I'll only tell you about it if you're serious." And then they invite you somewhere to a meeting in a conference room, and then you're part of a company. Isn't that how that goes?
That's how it always goes.
And then only if you're serious now, and then that type of MLM type of timing. And in Brooklyn, New York, to be very honest with you, a lot of people in New York, are those my nephews? Okay. A lot of people in Brooklyn at that time were and I appreciate being from Brooklyn, because the mindset of the people that we were around, thank God, they would go to an MLM meeting. Maybe you don't want to join. What was it? Tahitian Noni. Anybody heard of Tahitian Noni? You don't have Tahitian Noni in Virginia?
It's like
I gotta tell you about it. They created a multi-million-dollar company off of a juice. This is called the noni fruit.
It's like
and it has all these medicinal qualities. And you bring 3 to get 3 to get 3 to get 3, and then you tell your mom about the juice, and she has the juice in her refrigerator, and I have it, and there's this business. But the business that brought everyone together is the MLM, multi-level marketing. And that is how we integrated ourselves to start to think outside of, our 9 to 5s, whether we're security guards or whatever, because this other income, this other information would be a vehicle to where we may want to be, which is what? Financial independence.
That's right,
or
yeah.
freedom. So all of the people around me at that time were hustling, getting into these different type of opportunities, right? Are you coming to the meeting? I'm going to the meeting, right? And insurance was presented to me. Combined Insurance was the name of the company in New York City. These are reputable companies as well. And I met, I studied, passed the test, and then you go through a training. And then I was in Whitestone, New York with Nilico, National Income Life Insurance Company. The manager at the time said that I should work at Party City, and he was right.
Party City. Oh gosh.
He said I should work at Party City. But who was I back then? I was more creative than I was corporate.
Right.
So I was still very around the edges, and I still needed more infrastructure. So when he said I should work at Party City, he was damn right.
So in real, so,
I didn't take it as an insult. I
Yeah,
took it
yeah.
as, oh, okay, this is what's going on out here. You know, his opinion didn't change, stop, block, or create anything in my life. It just let me know that insurance wasn't for me. So one of the guys that I met at the insurance school, actually, we went to an insurance event, and then I met someone else, and then he was working at Guardian Life Insurance, 7 Hanover Square on Wall Street. And George Xanatus, who's a Greek from the Rockaways, he's I call him Red because he always suntans. He's a cool guy. He's Greek, and he says, "Hey, you know what, Robert? You'd be good in real estate." Again, I had to study, go through another process, and he was a broker at the time, so I put myself in one opportunity to learn, just to see what I could learn, right? And it led me to another door to learn again. And what I would say is, if you want to earn more, you got to learn more. So I put
Bars.
myself in those different positions outside of what was comfortable for me. But insurance has something called chargeback for folk who may, miss a premium payment. As the insurance agent who issued the policy, if
oh, you got to pay when they.
I gotta pay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You don't pay your policy.
I don't know that.
That's called the chargeback.
I'm not with that.
I don't like that. So I don't do insurance.
So real estate, and the reason why I felt like real estate is your thing, because I'm seeing, like, this is how I know he's really good.
What I would like everyone to take away from outside of all of this is you are in control of your life, not your circumstances, not where you come from. No one. You. No one is in control of your emotion and your mindset and what you want to do. Period. I don't care if it's snowing in New York. I have to pay my bills. You need an apartment? Okay, but before, send me your documents because I don't want to waste my time and yours. And let's get it done. I want you happy. And that's the attitude. So I refuse to adopt anything less than that. So I can't speak to anything less than that, right?
That's amazing. That's a great mindset, bro.
So maybe that's what you saw. But
yeah.
that's, and praise God, also during the pandemic, it's been that way. I've been able to work with essential workers, people who work for UPS, people who work as registered nurses, people from the post office. These people needed apartments, and these people were still going to work during the pandemic. Who's going to get them an apartment? Me.
So you basically pivot, and that's what he did. I didn't know that. So it's great because during the pandemic, there's a time we met in Boise doing the NFTs and stuff. So we both leveled up on our own right, and it's great that you was able to do that. And was it hard getting into real estate as far as learning the materials? Because it feels like you just go meet with somebody and then just next week and then boom, they're signing. Like it's just like what like
that's the power of social media and knowing how to make things look good. But more so than making things look good, I have developed a system, and in this system, it's less about, and there's another realtor in here, production is good. However, to be honest with you, realtors work really hard because the people that they work for also work really hard. So if you work hard, you want to come home to a place that you like, that you will pay for, that is good for you and your family, period. And I come from a service point of view. When I'm doing this other stuff, that's my service to God, and that's my protection, and that's joy for people and joy for me. But this is when I take me aside, and I want to put that as part of my story too. There's a Tommy story where it's not about you, and you have to be of service to other people, and in that, you'll be taken care of. So I approach real estate from a service place. So I'm looking to serve other people, to help them, not to, take application fees and don't return phone calls or rent people apartments that break down to, when you do good work, it And if that's your mindset and your attitude, then yeah, continue to do that. So I've stayed within that frame, and it allowed me the time freedom to be creative
And come down here.
and yeah.
Finally, it's a miracle. I was praying for him. I just wanted to come down, because I want to meet the little amount of people that I know in the real estate I trust to link with him. Because like, yo, this is your network right here. Even if you're not in real estate, you'll definitely benefit from him, because everything I ever done musically or business, all related from the inspiration from him. So if you're
thank you, and I'm inspired by you too, man, because I'd like to say that I'm very proud of you, and I'm very happy to be your brother as well.
Thank you, bro. With that being said, if anybody has any questions or anything, I feel like we talked about a lot of stuff, but I feel like in general, he had a lot of key points. And it's not anything rocket science about what he does, but I think everyone has the skill set and capability to do what you love, and like
Do what you love.
and finding every way, even if it means making up an alias to get sponsorship and all that stuff. You got to do what you got to do.
Nothing is
You
going
have
to
to.
stop you.
You have to. You know what I'm saying? Synergy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't let that leave this room. It's embarrassing.
It's honoring, because people got to understand, before this whole social media influencer situation, people had to do emails. People had to go to the
I'm saying to
the
you.
club, or people had to go to the hotel lobbies, or go to the coffee shops to make these deals. So I'm glad that you're saying that we don't always have to do the online transaction. It could just be meeting here.
There's something poignant that I'd also like to share. Also, I went to high school. My college education in America, okay? I went to Fashion Institute of Technology, FIT in New York, okay? I attended the certificate degree program. I didn't do a 2 or 4 year. Again, you guys here know I was the creative rebellion type of person. But I said, I'll go to college for you, mama, daddy, make it.
Yeah, that's another thing in the Haitian culture. You need to be a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever. Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
So there's also a little more that I'd like to share is your path led you here.
Yeah.
Like let's be quite. After we performed and you did everything, your path. So my path was different than yours, even in our education. I needed to continue my education. And I didn't go away to college. Going away is important. There are certain things that I learned in the field of New York, just being a human being, that now it's called a digital marketer. A digital market strategist. You mean
a nomadic strategy. Yeah.
When you send an email back?
It's funny, but he's synergy
organic.
was that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what that's called.
That's what it's called now.
Oh, so it's a thing.
Yes, it's a thing.
It's a thing. So a lot of these things that we were doing were very just organic and free flowing. So I never want to. We meet a lot of people, and I respect everyone, but I don't give anybody a hierarchy based on the money that they have or where they've been. That doesn't mean anything to me, right? Because I still keep those things about myself that I look at to make sure I know who I am and where I'm coming from. So I want to see where other people are coming from, and I always want to make sure that I'm always learning. I've since learned that the things that we were doing, there are now curriculums being taught on them, and these are positions. So I've had to also have a little pushback. Like I said, for me, your path led you to Virginia. So while I was at FIT, I pivoted, and not having that college experience, I envied you for that a little bit.
Come on, man. You had a lot of street experience.
Yeah, I'm keeping it real.
By the way, I didn't graduate from Liberty. I graduated from CVCC, ironically, to get my IT certificate. I pivoted too. So everyone, you know what I'm saying, it's not the same path, but we actually had our own education through travel. You know what I'm saying? And everything.
Yeah.
So that was our real education, not in the institution and we're studying books and meeting our friends, but like life was our education. And that's how we were able to do what we need to do to either make money or provide for our family.
Education is important. And education also, like Grandma says, it's how you behave and how you treat other people.
Right.
We're all here to be of service on this planet. Everyone has something that they can contribute. And I needed a deepening in my personal character that maybe I didn't know in music. Maybe at another time I was a bit in my own head, a bit up my own ass, right? Having experiences in the real world that ground you, give you somewhat of a lay of the land on how to treat people and how to move forward to get people what they want, because you're not trying to take anything from anybody.
Right, yeah.
You just know what you want and what you can offer. So don't doubt yourself. There's nothing you cannot do. And there's no such thing as being too good at many different things, because other areas that you are also good at can all lend to something else, and they all tie into, what you want to do. How many amazing nurses are actually, opera singers, and, it's like, you're that, but you're also that.
That's why I love Lynchburg. Literally, like, a janitor is an organ player for a church and also does real estate or whatever. Like, that's why I love Lynchburg, by the way. Like, the amount of talent in this 99,000 people, estimate versus, 2-3 million in Brooklyn. Lynchburg got that. That's why I love, and this is why I stay here. And that's why I want to bring him here.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
No, I love the energy here. This is I like the energy here. The energy here is really nice. And I think if we can, and I want to commend you guys, thank you for having me. If we can continue to have these monthly conversations with creatives that can come down here and this be a hub, it's really all just meeting new people and being inspired by somebody else and giving somebody some kind of inspiration so that they can go on with the rest of their weekend or into their next month. That's all we can do for each other.
All right, give it up for Jamir.
I just want to thank y'all. Y'all give it up for yourselves for being such a good audience. Well, Jennifer Hudson has a show. Does everybody know that? She has the Jennifer Hudson show. That's a cool job. She gets to sing and talk to people. But do you guys, I want to know you guys a little more. I'm sorry, I just want to give this to you for a second, Phineas, if you can. I'm happy to be in your city. You guys have an amazing weekend. We are in the month of acknowledging cultural diversity, embracing ourselves, and I really appreciate everyone here as a culture, as Americans. We're all healing. We all have a lot of work to do. Things like this brings us together a bit more. And I'm truly grateful for the opportunity, and I'm grateful for what Blackwater Branding is doing here in VA. And I just wanted to thank you guys again. And yeah, I'm just grateful for, adding a little bit of my creativity to you. So I just want to sing a song because I know that Valentine's Day is coming up. And Valentine's represents love. And this is a song that I wrote. It's called What I Would Do. And yeah. Somebody go get Synergy for me. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. What I would do, 'cause I will play a fool, but I just wanna love you, girl. Love you, baby. Brighten up my world. It's true. What did I do to deserve you? Yeah, ain't nothing that I could not. I can't do with it. Sure can't do without Without you, I need it. Hey, so completed right now. There's one of you, one of me, two of us meant to be. Yeah, I know I'm worthy. I like how it feels to be loved by you. You deserve. Even though we ain't perfect, Lord knows we are worth it. I know I'm worthy. Said I like how it feels to be loved by you. You deserve me. Let's do that again. I know I'm worthy. I like how it feels to be loved by you. You deserve me. And even though we ain't perfect, Lord knows we are worth it. I know I'm worthy. I like how it feels to be loved by you. You deserve me. Even though we ain't perfect, Lord knows we are worth it. Oh, finally, this is happening. So don't wake me if I'm dreaming. I'm inspired to be grateful every day. Oh, so don't bother second guessing. Something to believe in. What's for you is for you. What's for me, baby, that's you. I like how it feels to be loved by you. You deserve me. Even though we ain't perfect, Lord knows we are worth it. I know I'm worthy. I like how it feels to be loved by you. You deserve me. Even though we ain't perfect, dropping down right here. Yeah. Hey. You deserve. And even though we ain't perfect, Lord knows we are worth it. I know I'm worth it. I like how it feels to be loved by you. You deserve me. Even though we ain't perfect, Lord knows we. You say, I know I'm worthy. You deserve me. I know I'm worthy. You deserve me. That's it. What I would do, hey, will love you, girl. What I would do, yeah. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all make some noise for this man right here.